Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Well, Colorado, we're going to get a chance to talk about you. Now, there's only three ways that when you're a channel called Washington Gun Law that we end up talking about some other state. Number one, you do something so totally awesome that we got to brag to everybody how great you are. We're not doing that video for that reason here. Number two, you have done something so absolutely horrible to your citizens that we have to tell everyone about it. And you have not done that, although there was some gun legislation passed this last legislative session, but that's not the focus of today's discussion. The third way, and the way you're going to get talked about today, is what your state or somebody in your state or some group in your state is proposing something so crazy, so ridiculous, so sinister, so nefarious that we absolutely positively have to talk about it. And that is exactly what's occurring right now as we speak in the state of Colorado. So today, let's get everyone else up to speed and let's help educate some of those that are camping out at the state capitol. And let's talk about when citizens demand unconstitutional methods to strip them of their constitutional rights. Okay, so the title of today's presentation is when citizens are demanding that government employ unconstitutional methods to strip them of their constitutional rights. Crazy. Where would that ever happen? Certainly not anywhere in the United States. Au contraire, because today while I was just cruising around in the Twittersphere, I ran upon multiple stories of this ongoing protest. This protest right here in the Colorado State Capitol, where it says here hundreds are gathered for a sit-in at the state capitol to demand at Governor of Colorado take executive action to ban guns and buy back guns already out there. Organizers say they'll be back every day until Polis takes action. And of course, they're referring to Colorado Governor Jared Polis. Now, what this group, hundreds as they claim, is demanding is that the governor of Colorado, through executive order, strip all citizens in Colorado of their inalienable right to possess a firearm and demand a government buyback of every single firearm. And of course, we know the first in line to get their government gift card will in fact be the criminals. And of course, as you can see here from some other pictures from the protest, I mean, they're not hiding this here. They are actually calling for the repeal of the Second Amendment and the equivalent in the Colorado State Constitution. Now, to all of those folks out there, I admire your tenacity. And you say that you're going to be coming back every single day until Governor Polis does this. Well, I got bad news for you. And that is that you are going to be, in all likelihood, coming back in perpetuity. Because you see, in addition to the obvious violations of the United States Constitution, in particular the Second Amendment, I had an opportunity to sit down and read the Colorado State Constitution. And I would highly recommend all of those individuals currently in the state capitol spend the next few minutes after you watch this video. I'll put the link for it down below so that you too can read the state constitution, because you will see that there are multiple reasons by which your demand, even if your governor wanted to do it, which would in all likelihood be political suicide, but even if he wanted to do it, there is multiple constitutional provisions that are going to keep this from happening. Now, interestingly, unlike most state constitutions, which provide for the individual civil liberties in Article 1, the state of Colorado decided to outline their border in Article 1, and the individual civil liberties, the Bill of Rights for the state of Constitution, is contained in Article 2. What the good folks down there in the state capitol want to do, however, unfortunately, is going to be in violation of multiple sections of Article 2 of the Colorado State Constitution. Article 2, Section 3, Inalienable Rights. State Constitution reads, all persons have certain natural, essential, and inalienable rights, among which may be reckoned the right of enjoying and defending their lives and liberties, of acquiring, possessing, and protecting property, and of seeking and obtaining their safety and happiness. So it would appear that a mandatory gun buyback because you've been stripped of your right of self-preservation is in all likelihood in violation of just that article of the Colorado State Constitution. But wait, Colorado, there's more. Article 2, Section 13, the right to keep and bear arms. The Colorado State Constitution reads, the right of no person to keep and bear arms in defense of his home, person, and property, or in aid of the civil power, when thereto legally summoned, shall be called in question. But nothing herein contained shall be construed to justify the practice of carrying concealed weapons. So it is clear that the state has the authority to regulate the concealed carrying of firearms. However, what is equally clear is that each and every individual citizen in the state of Colorado enjoys the right to keep and bear arms. That is part of the Colorado State Constitution. Article 2, Section 25, due process of the law. The Colorado State Constitution reads, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. And so you see, to all these folks promoting this amazing gun buyback program, is that since no property owner is going to have an opportunity to be heard on that, there is zero due process. That would be a deprivation of property without due process of law. So right now we got 3 strikes, but wait, there's more. You see, in Article 4, the governor's powers are laid out, and while he has the right to convene the legislature and adjourn the legislature and do many other things, the one thing that the Colorado State Constitution appears to be silent to is the governor's authority, with the stroke of a pen, to sua sponte remove the Second Amendment rights of every single Colorado citizen, the exact program which is being proffered and supported by the current group in the state capitol. Then, of course, there's multiple sections in Article 5 of the Colorado State Constitution, which outlines the legislature's role, structure, how they're elected, and shockingly, just like the other 49 states, laws need to be passed actually by the state legislature. No, your governor does not get to do that, you see, with the stroke of a pen. They just simply do not have that authority. Okay, so really then, to all of those folks who intend on going back every single day until the governor signs that order, get ready for a very, very long summer, fall, and winter. Now, of course, you could hope that the Colorado State Legislature decided just to amend the state constitution and rid its citizens of all of those rights. And that is possible, but of course, since I know none of you actually read the state constitution, I will remind you that while it could be proposed out of either chamber of the House, it must be passed by both houses by a supermajority, which is a 2/3 vote. Good luck with that. The bottom line is that no matter how many times you go down to the state capitol, no matter how many times that you demand your governor to take action, your governor, like most other governors, is limited in their power. And right now, what you are literally asking for is for the state to employ unconstitutional methods to strip you and the rest of the citizens of their constitutional rights. Now, listen, you may have more questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights. If you do, you should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now, but if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. In the meantime, I do want all of you to remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.